Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be here with you live from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm really excited to share some tips and tricks, share a little bit of the history of KMS. We talked about the fact that it's been from Reading, started in 1976, so it's been around for a very long time. But I think that speaks to the durability of the products, how well they perform, how we've been able to really update our science and our technologies to make sure that we're current and we're modern and we're following the trends of the beauty industry.
Science game in just a conscious, I feel like very modern approach.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like as a global company, we're looking for ways to reduce our carbon footprint. So we're looking for ways to reduce our packaging, to reduce how we produce the products, how we source our ingredients, and to really leave a minimal impact on the earth. So that's something that really speaks to this new conscious style line. It really reduces things. If you think of our industry, we are a very wasteful industry. We have the hair, we have the foils, we have the color. There are so many different things that go into the environment. So this is just a way for us to really reduce that carbon footprint and to feel like we're doing our part to help the environment.
And I'm proud of our industry that I feel like there's a lot of changes happening right now, and we're all recognizing our footprint and trying to do better in our industry. So that is great to see. So before we jump totally into KMS, one, I like to kind of show how cool you are. So Allie has put together this reel of your work. Wow. I mean, look at your talent there, sir. These are all over his Instagram. You can check out his Instagram handle there on the screen. Obvious major talent here. So Michael, tell me, what's your passion in hairdressing and what keeps you around in our industry?
So I love the connections that we make with people. I feel like that's probably the biggest thing that keeps me around. As far as like the skill set, I really love cutting and styling hair. I feel like it's such a harmony between the color and the cut that one can't survive without the other. And I feel like the cut really brings out the color, but also, embraces natural texture, which we're seeing a lot of. We're seeing a lot of people just wearing their hair air dry, which I think is fantastic as well. So I think finding someone's style, finding their styling abilities, and working a shape that works with that.
That's so exciting. And I think anyone that's had an amazing haircut gets that. It's just like there's such a difference. You're like, wow, my hair just no matter what way it goes, it looks great. And I love stylists that really just embrace that cut, because sometimes the color really overshadows so much, and we are going a lot natural, and we are seeing how important the cut has really always been.
Absolutely. And I think too, I'm a big believer in your style should not be determined by your haircut, right? Your haircut should be determined by your style. So just because something is a trend doesn't mean it works on every single person. So it's finding that trend and making it work for the person sitting in your chair. So I think that's huge, right? And I also like the fact that we can take the science that KMS has, take the creative side, and really build a roadmap to make everyone successful, which I think is fantastic.
Absolutely. And to your point, I would not look good in your trendy look because I have way too big of ears. So, but I'm really excited because it really takes, when I bring on educators like yourself that are just masters at your products, you teach us so many different ways to use the product. So I'm excited for our KMS audience to get, sorry, the graphics go in front of our faces sometimes. But I'm excited for our KMS audience to get some new tricks. So stay tuned today. We're introducing and giving a little bit more information. We talked about Conscious Style a little bit on the show, but they've introduced some new products to it. And then he's also going to give us some new creative ways to use the products that we might not have seen. He's brought some doll heads with us, so it'll be a really fun show. So let's jump in. Al, show us again the collage. We're going to be talking about Conscious Style. Thank you. We have a shampoo, a conditioner, a cleansing mist, a multi-benefit spray, and a putty. So let's start with our shampoo and conditioner. Tell me about the science about these and what has made this product so different.
Absolutely. So The science behind this is, first of all, it's sulfate free, which means it's color free, right? All of our ingredients are naturally sourced. So it's all about a gentle cleansing of the scalp while not having any fragrance, colors. It's not tested on animals, and the bottle is recyclable as well. So we're reducing that carbon footprint by being able to subtract all of those things that are really non-essential. It's great for an everyday shampoo. It's not going to over cleanse, it's not going to dry the hair out, and it's definitely not going to pull your color out as well.
So if you're seeing, I don't know if you guys are seeing how lightweight this shampoo is. It is absolutely clear. It has a completely different and very manageable, workable texture in your hands. And I honestly can say this, I have never had a shampoo make my hair feel more clean. And I was so hesitant of this, but I have a lot of hair. And so it felt like, this isn't thick enough. This isn't rich enough. This isn't going to have a lather enough. But when you rinse it off, and then we'll talk about the conditioner as well, but you go to blow dry it, your hair is so free and movable and shakeable. It feels like there's nothing weighting it down.
And I just want to touch on the fact that clean does not necessarily mean dry, right? We have clarifying shampoos that strip everything off, while this is a very gentle cleanser. It's going to remove oil buildup from the scalp. It's going to remove product buildup, but it's going to leave the hair feeling much better because it has the moringa seed oil. So the moringa tree is known as the miracle tree. So powder from the fruit or from the seeds can actually purify water, which is fantastic. It's really, really cool. But that infused into your hairstyling means that you're going to remove the free radicals. It's an antioxidant. It's removing all of those contaminants that happen environmentally. So something just really, really cool that's unique to this line.
Yes, it is very cool, and it is a unique shampoo experience. I honestly, it's a different experience, and I really, like I said, my hair felt shiny and very bouncy.
Awesome. So good to hear.
So the conditioner, let's talk again. It's got a very clean feel. Are they using the moringa and the conditioner as well?
Absolutely. So it has the moringa seed oil. It actually has an oat oil as well for a calming effect, a soothing effect, a free radical effect. So it's taking all of those things out, soothing the scalp, hydrating the hair, but it's a very, very light hydration. It also is paraben free. It does not have any silicones in it. So we're working fragrance free, no animal testing. It's all the frees that we hear in all of the buzzwords. It's all of those things, but yet still performs, which I think is amazing. Yeah,
the performance was what I was surprised with. I really felt like this might be a shampoo for fine-haired girls. It wasn't going to be for my blonde, my thick blonde damaged hair was not going to go with this shampoo, but I was surprised. I really was surprised. It's a great feel and very moisturizing, hydrating, shiny. Don't you guys feel like it looks good?
It looks great.
Okay, so we have our shampoo and our conditioner. Very amazing science, creative, still able to work and style, and great performance. So checks all the boxes. So let's move on to our multi-benefit spray. How are we using this? Is this like a leave-in detangler? What are we doing with this?
So when it says multi-benefit spray, we have to talk about the benefits that it's going to create. The first one is thermal protection. So the second one is a little bit of hold, and the third one is a little bit of shine. So the hold locks the moisture in. The detangling isn't necessarily in this one. It's more of a styler, I would say.
Okay.
So we can apply it into damp hair, blow dry it in, or we can use it on dry hair to set the hair with the flat iron, curling iron, or any other tool that we have. I love this blow dried in because I feel like it's setting the style up for success. So it's a very, very light spray. A lot of times when you hear multi-benefit, you don't really think it's going to do all of those things well. Right. But this one really, truthfully does. Locks in moisture, shine, hold, thermal protection. Amazing.
Amazing. And so obviously it's a leave-in, but it is different than some of those other, does 10 things, does 12 things, those kind of multi-benefit phrase. It is not that. It is not adding, to me, I feel like it's not adding. It might add a slight bit of texture to the like gripability, but no weight. This is a clear spray. It's not a conditioning spray. And so
No.
it really is. And thermal protection means that you spray it on wet. You can blow dry it in, or you can spray it in dry. Can you do both?
You could do either or, absolutely.
Okay.
The other thing to think of, it has a polymer in it that creates memory in the hair. So that could be where you're feeling that little bit of texture without it being super grippy,
Right.
or without it being so much product in the hair that it doesn't feel natural anymore, right?
Right.
So that's why blow dry it in, it holds the shape, but also when you're using your hot tools, it holds that shape as well.
And so I'm one, because I use a curling iron. I get hesitant, or I get afraid sometimes, or one of those for thermal protection products, because sometimes it can lessen your slide. You know what I mean? As you're trying to run your irons through it after you've put it in and you've blow dried, now all of a sudden there's some sort of grip that your tools aren't moving well through it. And this does not do that. So very impressed with this would be a great primer base for any kind of style.
Something else to think about. On the back of the bottles, it always has a hold and a shine factor.
Yes.
So the multi-benefit spray has a hold of a 3, a shine of a 3. So it's very middle of the road as far as hold and shine. So it's a great foundationary product to get the style in, to get the shape in.
So it's those green bars he's talking about right there, if you're looking about what's on your product. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
And that's on all of our stylers. So if you ever have a question about how much hold does this have, how much shine does this have, it will tell you. So sometimes it might have a hold of a 5, but it could be a flexible hold if it's in our hair play, or if it's the hair stay, it's going to have a very firm hold, right? So just thinking about what the bottle says will also help you make a good selection.
Absolutely. And it's great because KMS does offer that whole spectrum. You want something that's going to hold, go to hair stay. You want something that's going to move, go to hair play. It's really easy. I love this. The brand makes it so easy to choose your product. So would you say, is there any type of hair this isn't good for?
It really is good for all hair types. It's not going to weigh a fine hair client down. It's great. On coarser hair textures, it's great as well. So it really is for all people.
Nice. Nice. Well, we're going to jump to the putty because I wanted to leave the other one for last because we have some other things to talk about with that one. But the putty, are you using putty?
I love the putty. So there are no animal products in this. Oftentimes with wax or a paste, there's some beeswax or something in it. This is completely vegan, so amazing. It actually is 84% natural ingredients and has a 94% biodegradable rate. So what that means is as the ingredients go back into the environment, 94% of them will completely disappear, which is amazing. The bottle is also recyclable, which is great. One of my favorite things to do with this, obviously the bottle says to put it onto dry hair, which is how most people would use it. But I love to mix it up a little bit. I'm always looking for creative ways to use the styling putty, or stylers just in general. So what I like to do is I'll take just a little bit of that styling putty in my palm. I add 2 drops. I'm just going to show you this product. I'm sneaking this in here. This was not part of our conversation. So this is called the Moist Repair Hydrating Oil.
Love it.
Oh, let me see. Let me get it in the camera here. So what that does is it softens the putty just a little bit and changes the viscosity of it. Gives it a tiny bit more shine. The hydrating oil is avocado oil as well as grapeseed extract. So hydration as well as antioxidant. So it's just really creating a nice shape. I like to put it in wet hair. I'm going to bring my friend over here, Miss Erica, just so you can kind of see her.
Okay. Hi, Erica. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, she's super excited to be here. So with her, what I actually did is I diffused that putty with the hydrating oil into her natural locks just to create that texture. And then I went back through in the front of her style and just used my curling iron as a wand and just added a few curls around the front. So it gives a really great kind of frothy texture to her hair, but still making it really workable, right? Like it makes it so that you can still run a brush through it, run your fingers through it, but working with that natural texture again, which I absolutely love.
I love that. I love her fringe too. I know we're going to talk a little bit about the trends of fringe these days, but I only put the putty. I had the putty on my hand kind of with the multi-benefit spray, and I'm just kind of playing with it and putting it on this side. And you can just see the volume too that you get just from, and it's not hold or anything. It just gives you just a little bit of, you know, a little more fullness and kind of more of a polished look than kind of this, right?
It gives you a little bit more body, a little bit of definition to the curls. I love this too, like beachy waves are not going anywhere. So let's say you just wave the entire head. This is a really great product to work between your palms and then just work through and maybe scrunch through the bottoms. And it just defines those curls, but doesn't weigh them down because it's a weightless texture.
It really helped my hair. I think it looks so much better.
Look how good you look now.
Good styling. Awesome. So the putty, we can use wet, dry, cocktail with other products, make your own concoction. But I really, this is super easy, kind of a mix between a cream, pomade, wax. So I like the putty. I think that makes sense because it's movable, but not super heavy, but not really shiny. So what a great versatile product. And that's what I'm kind of seeing in this conscious style. Just a lot of versatility, right?
Absolutely. And it really speaks to people who want limited ingredients, very clean ingredients, but that's still going to perform.
Right. Yes. And so our next product and last product in the conscious style, let's show the group shot again. We've covered the shampoo, the conditioner, the multi-benefit spray, and the putty. So we've got our center hero product there that's kind of pretty cool. And I can't wait to hear all your explanations on the cleansing mist. This is a very different product. Tell us about the cleansing mist.
So the thought process behind the cleansing mist is it's a style refresher, right? We have our dry shampoos, which absorb oils and odors, and this refreshes the entire style. So the interesting thing about this is it has a bentonite clay to it. Let's see, there we are.
Other way.
Sorry, can't really.
Yep.
There we go. Sorry, it's like working myself in the mirror.
No, you're good. I'll hold it.
Thank you so much. So if you notice, it's a two-phase system, right? We have the bentonite clay in the bottom of the bottle, and then we have the moisture and hydration in the top. It has a BB in there, so you want to make sure that when you're getting ready to apply this, you shake it really good and you'll hear that BB release. And then you know when those two layers combine, it's ready for use. So for me, the way that this works best, I love it on first day hair in the salon. I'll mist this through the hair. So it's setting the style up so they don't have to cleanse their hair the second or third day. And they don't even have to use dry shampoo because that bentonite clay is already absorbing the oils and odors while giving a really great texture to the hair. Number one.
So you use this on day one of shampoo?
I love it. It's definitely not like a manufacturer on the back of the bottle recommendation, but it's one of my absolute favorites because it just gives the hair a little bit more body. But on day 2 and 3, your roots don't get greasy, so you don't feel the need to reach for that dry shampoo can as quickly.
That's amazing because we all kind of, those of us with long hair kind of can like dread shampoo day because it takes a couple days to build up this, you know, like the first day you are kind of flat and so the more you kind of build upon your day, I usually feel like 2 days of dry shampoo, I finally am like got some workable hair, right? So this is exciting. I'm going to try that.
Another really great use for it, let's come back to Miss Erica with her fringe. Let's say you wake up and you have that really kind of weird crease in your fringe. You can actually spray that right into that area, hit it with a hairdryer, and it completely refreshes the fringe. So now it lays perfectly and not flat to the head because of the bentonite clay. So it's a style refresher. It locks the moisture in. And we're going to talk a little bit about what the difference is between a dry shampoo and a cleansing mist.
So Michael, wouldn't that also help if you're talking about the crease, you're being nice, you're talking about bedhead, right? You wake up with bedhead. Yes. Would that help for the calyx back here and stuff like that too, right? Anywhere.
I have so many clients who complain about the split in the back of their head. So I would mist it right there. I say confuse it with the hairdryer. So I'm hitting it back and forth with the hairdryer. And then it's going to lay in a more natural position.
Complete bedhead fix. not just
Absolutely.
your fringe.
And it locks in moisture, so you could spray it all the way from roots to end, so it's going to rehydrate the hair. It's a great style refresher.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Good thing. So we talked about refreshing with bedhead, and we talked about applying it right after your shampoo, just for, you know, the next few days, prevention of needing to use so much dry shampoo and not having those oily roots. Any other ways we can use this?
I love this on curly hair, naturally textured hair. Coily hair is fantastic. It helps to reduce frizz, locks in the moisture, as well as speeds up the blow drying time just a little bit.
Awesome. And then we talked about yesterday on really when would you use makeover spray versus the cleansing mist. I mean, they're kind of, you know, how do you know if you need more of a dry shampoo kind of texture spray or if you need the cleansing mist?
Absolutely. So first of all, let's talk about the application. So makeover spray is a rice powder based product. So it absorbs oils and odors and refreshes the roots. Cleansing mist is a bentonite clay based product, and that actually is a style refresher. It's adding moisture back into the hair. It's refreshing, adding shine. So if I'm just looking to absorb the oils and odors, I would probably go for the makeover spray. If I'm looking to really refresh the style, rehydrate the style, I would look for the cleansing mist.
That's a great description, because this is going to be more closer to your dry shampoo, right? And
Absolutely.
It's going to absorb. It's only going to be dry. It's not going to apply any kind of moisture to your hair. But if you continue to only use this, you will end up feeling dry. You know, they're definitely on the mids and ends.
Right.
Yeah. You need to keep it, and it's very directional to go to your root. If you kind of keep going down here, it does, you know, dry it out. But to Michael's
Absolutely.
And to your point, though, if you have a style that you need to refresh and you're going to use the blow dryer anyhow, this might be a better choice, right?
I love that one.
Okay.
So let me just show you the best way to apply the makeover spray. So we're going to shake it really well. We're sectioning out the hair section by section, and we're just giving it a nice burst of spray right at the root. And then once we have that, I'll just give it a little bit of a rattle to really distribute that, right?
Right.
The key to this is if you're starting to see a little bit of a white powder buildup, you're probably too close or you're applying too much. So that's one of the other keys is the cleansing mist will never show a powder buildup because of that bentonite clay, where the makeover spray, sometimes on darker hair textures, you could see a little bit of that rice powder.
Yeah, I saw a tiny bit as I kept spraying, like you said. That was my clue to stop, right? Well, awesome. That is such a helpful thing. Who knew that this cleansing mist is actually a refresher? And I don't know of another product like this. I mean, we sell a lot of products. I'll have to look into it, but it is really cool. It's great to know about the shake thing. Especially for our customer service reps. So if you get people calling that say there's this film on the bottom, that's the clay. It's supposed to be there, right? And then
the
just
other thing to
shake it.
remember is there is a little space at the top of the bottle, even when the product is brand new. That allows for the agitation of the moisture in the clay. If it was filled completely to the top, you wouldn't be able to shake it and combine the ingredients. So just as a consumer, you might think that the bottle has already been used. It hasn't. That's how it is, so you can actually agitate the two products.
Thank you for saying that, because we do get those calls like, mine's used, mine's half full, or, you know, whatever. And you're like, nah, that's how it's supposed to be, you know, kind of thing. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for saying that. Well, I think we covered a lot. Any other tips or trips, easy for me to say, tips or tricks you had brought that you wanted to share, or do we cover them?
I feel like we covered most of them. I'm really pretty happy with how the discussion went. I think we shared some unique uses for the products. And if you ever have a question, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or any of the socials. I'm more than happy to answer that. I would give you my phone number, but I never answer it. So I'm way better answering the socials.
Great. Well, we know how to reach out to at Michael Noragon, right? Noragon. And what else? Is there one on KMS? Do you want to put out there? Hashtag?
It's always just KMS Hair is the hashtag. KMS Hair US is another great one. And if you ever want to post any of your products or any of your photos and have them shared on the KMS page, just make sure you write KMS Approved US. That gives us the legal ability to be able to share your images.
How exciting. Well, we are so thrilled that you were here with us and taught us so much about these new conscious style. And I am absolutely thrilled with the direction KMS is going with their products. Kudos, because you're a local brand. We're rooting for you. Thanks for being here, Michael.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you around.
We will be looking for you and watching for you. He was such a great educator. We really appreciate all of our educators' time. If you want to know more about the products that you use on your hair here at Beauty Care Choices, feel free to reach out to our cosmetologists who answer the phones below, on the numbers below, or reach out in all of our socials. Have a great weekend, and bye for now.